Hello, my name is Alex Castro,
I'm
Hello,
Satvik Seeram.
my name is Congqi Xu.
and we're Team Future Millionaires, and we based our project on the classic game Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
What is Who Want to Be a Millionaire? Um, Who Want to Be a Millionaire is a television game show where contestants face a series of questions where each question is worth money, and the goal is to get all the question right, win $1 million.
In our game, we have 10 questions, and for so when we have 10 questions, then each user gets one life. Anytime a user gets a wrong answer, the game's over, and then their score will be stored on the leaderboard. And if the user gets everything right, then he wins the game, and then you can see his score on the top of the leaderboard.
So we split this into three main components. My role was the lead designer, and I developed the registration and login functionalities, and I also provided images, did the CS animations for the welcome page, as well as added logout and cookie sessions.
And I worked on the play page and also the score page. And finally, I integrated all the pages together from GitHub.
Um, I worked on the leaderboard page.
So the first component to this project is the registration and login page. So in order to play this game, players must first make an account. The first thing they'll see is the welcome page, and they're presented with two buttons: register or log in. And if they don't have an account, they need to register, and then the registration page will ask for simple information like a username, a first and last name, and a password. And then that information is in processed via post to a PHP form that saves their information into a text file. And then if the user information is valid, then they're presented with a message and then a link that takes them back to the login page. Now, if the user already has an account, then they can press the login button and then they'll be taken to the login page. And then here they'll enter their username and password. And then if PHP can see that that information matches with anything in the text file, then they'll be redirected to the lobby page, which is where they can choose to play the game or check out the leaderboard. This is some of the code sample for the registration page. It's done using forms, and then we use the post method, and then all the information that they enter is taken to the registration process PHP, and then you can see that snippet over on the right. And then this is the sample for the login page. It also uses forms, also has a post method, and then all the information is processed by the login process PHP script, which you can see to the right as well. And in terms of cookies, uh, a cookie is placed in the user's web browser whenever they log in, and it has a time set to 1 day. And then for logout functionalities, if the user logs in and decides that they'd rather not play for whatever reason, there is a logout button when they get to the lobby page. Upon clicking that button, they will be taken to that initial welcome page, and then the logic behind the logout functionality is dealt with the PHP sessions. And then upon logging out, their cookie is also unset, and then you can see a snippet of that over on the right hand side. Their session's destroyed, and then their cookies unset, and then they're redirected to index.html. In terms of styling, the game of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire follows a lot of color palettes. There's many versions of it, but some of the more common ones have a lot of dark blue and purple colors. And then for this project, we chose a blue along with a gold for this game. You'll see a familiar background on a lot of these pages. And then In terms of CSS animations, there is an instance of keyframes and transforms that's used on the welcome page where the the logo of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and then the buy from our team, they spin into position in the center, and then that is pretty much it in terms of CSS animations.
Right. For the leaderboard page introduction, the page serves as the leaderboard for our project, uh, showcasing players, rank, name, scores. The design is clean and engaging, feature consistent background and custom font, uh, offering user an intuitive and attractive display of ranking. So each time the leaderboard page is required to appear, the the leaderboard page will read like tops three in the text field and highlight them with the special symbol and display other user like on other user name and the score under them. And this is my page looks like. And this is my example of the coding part. So for example, um, on the third line, if the file content um, equals false, is checking if the file was read successfully or not, and the data is initialized an empty array to hold the process data. Um, that's a part of data processing. For the output um, gener generation, for example, let's say the rank equals 1, and it will like have a loop to show the top 3 highest scored um, in the web page. So we know that like which 3 are the like top players. And for the data file reading, and the file name equals like data.txt. So set the name of the data file to be read. And if there is no if there is no data fallback, so um, the data could not be read or is empty. The output wrote in a table indicating that there is no data. So for the leaderboard page testing, so first I have this data on the top left side. It will display it uh, on the leaderboard page with a highlight and a special flag um, around their ranking and with their name and scores. So like if I add more information, like show on the leaderboard page, there Mr. C, Mr. B, Mr. A with a higher ranking, higher score, and it will display on the like top 3 too.
Hey there. So this is the game page. So initially when you click on play game, this is the page you're gonna be in. And So yeah, so whenever so you get the question which is based on the question number, and then you have four options. And when you click on the right option, you move on to the next question, and when you click on the wrong option, you go on to the um, status page. So let's go to the next slide. So initial game page logic. So on level on the page, we're gonna get all the questions from a text file.txt and parse them all into an array and store it in the trivia objects variable. And we'll have two variables, that is current question and current score, that keep track of the question number we're in and the score we're at. Yeah, and so whenever we click on the option, an option, that will trigger a uh, on submit function on a form. So what we do is basically we have an input field that is hidden, and we use this input field to add it to the params of the request on form submit. And then we also have like a selected option. So whenever you click on the option, it gets added into the param of the URL. So looking at the code over there, you see how we have input type hidden name current question. So that is where we store the current question we're at. And then we have one more thing that has name selected option and then value option number. So that one is gonna store the option number we selected. And then after we submit the form, we're gonna get the question number and the option we clicked on from the URL. So initially we have to check if the option we clicked on is right or wrong. So we do that using the is option correct function over there. So what that basically does is it has the question number. We get the object based on the index in the array, and then check if the selected option is the correct option or no. And then if it's the correct option, then we show him the game page. If it's the wrong option, we move them into the score.php page. And the only thing we have to remember is if the question number is 9, which is the last index, if the question number is 9, then we send them to the finish page, and then with the status of 1. Yeah, so this is the status page. So initially when the status page is queried, we get the score, the status, and the username from the params. So the score from the URL and the status from the URL, the username is taken from the session. And after we get the three variables, we write their data into the scores.txt file, so we can use the data in the leaderboard page.
Okay, so we're gonna demo how the game works in more detail. So clicking that link, it will take you to this page, and you'll see the CSS animation happen, and then we will create a new account. We will call this person user 567. Okay, so once you make your account, you can go here to the login page. And then you log in, and then you're taken to the lobby page, which has two buttons, either play, leaderboard, or log out. And if you log out, you're taken back to the welcome page. So let's log in, but we'll use my account. So you click play, you're taken to the play page as mentioned, and then you're shown question and then your current score. So we'll do a playthrough of this. Pong 2007. Oh, well, let's play again. Pong, guys, a little help here.
2008.
Okay. J.K. Rowling,
Jupiter.
Jupiter,
Bat.
Bat,
H2O.
H2O, Da Vinci,
Italy.
Italy, uh,
Canberra.
Canberra,
Ooh.
and then if you get all the questions right, you become a millionaire. But let's do another playthrough and get it wrong first. Let's say Pong, and then it's on 7. So we have a score of 10, and let's check where we rank on the leaderboard. So upon clicking the leaderboard, we see the 2 attempts that I had just now. One where I had won the game and became a millionaire, and then one that I had before this where I only got half the questions right. And then you can also see other users here on the leaderboard. You can see all my other attempts as well, and it holds up to 7 players. Or it'll show the top 7. And then we can have a look here at the code and have a closer look at the text files. So when you register for an account, it's stored in this format with username, first name, last name, and passwords. And then for your scores, it is stored like this as your name or your username, and then the score you get in the game. And that is our game, and I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, goodbye.